Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, plus people's reactions to those deaths from social media, as seen at legacy.com in the second week of September 2022. Actor Jack Ging died September 9, 2022, at his home in La Quinta, California, at the age of 90. He was best known for playing General Fulbright on the A-Team. He is being remembered as a prolific character actor with roles in movies including High Plains Drifter and Sniper's Ridge. Ging was a veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps who served for 4 years. Actress Irene Papas died September 14, 2022, at the age of 96. She starred in movies including Zorba the Greek, The Guns of Navarone, and Z. Papas is also being remembered for her performances in movie adaptations of classical Greek plays, such as Antigone and The Trojan Women. Musher Lance Mackey died September 7, 2022, of throat cancer at the age of 52. He was a legend of the Iditarod Trail sled dog race, who won 4 consecutive races from 2007 to 2010. Mackey is being remembered as the first person ever to win both the Iditarod and the Yukon Quest 1,000-mile international sled dog race in the same year. Musician Sonny West died September 8, 2022, in Grove, Oklahoma, at the age of 85. He wrote 2 songs that became classic hits for Buddy Holly, Rave On and Oh Boy. West is being remembered as a member of the Rockabilly Hall of Fame. Actress Marsha Hunt died September 7, 2022, at her home in Sherman Oaks, California. She died of natural causes at the age of 104. She was a rising star of Hollywood in the 1930s and 40s before being blacklisted as an alleged communist sympathizer in the era of McCarthyism. Hunt is being remembered for her performances in movies such as Pride and Prejudice, as well as for her humanitarian work. Joseph Hazelwood died July 21, 2022, at the age of 75. His death was publicly announced this week. He was the captain of the Exxon Valdez during the disastrous 1989 oil spill in Alaska's Prince William Sound. Hazelwood is being remembered for his involvement in one of the biggest environmental catastrophes of the century. Musician Ramsey Lewis died September 12, 2022, at his home in Chicago at the age of 87. He was a legendary jazz pianist who won Grammy Awards for music including his 1965 hit single, The In Crowd. Lewis is being remembered as an NEA jazz master who hosted the syndicated radio show The Ramsey Lewis Morning Show. Filmmaker Jean-Luc Godard died September 13, 2022, at his home in Rolle, Switzerland. He died by assisted suicide, which is legal in Switzerland, at the age of 91. He helped launch the French New Wave film movement with his beloved and acclaimed classic, Breathless. Godard is being remembered as a highly influential filmmaker whose work shaped the development of feature films for decades. Athlete Elias Theodorou died September 11, 2022, of liver cancer at the age of 34. He was a middleweight mixed martial artist who was one of the stars of UFC fighting. Theodorou is being remembered for winning his division on the reality TV series The Ultimate Fighter Nations Canada vs. Australia. Musician PnB Rock died September 12, 2022, in Los Angeles. He died after being shot by a robber at the age of 30. Born Rakim Allen, he was a rapper known for music including his 2016 single, Selfish. PnB Rock is being remembered for his collaborations with artists including Pop Smoke and Ed Sheeran. Author Javier Marías died September 11, 2022, at his home in Madrid. He died of pneumonia at the age of 70. He was known for award-winning novels including A Heart So White and the three-part epic Your Face Tomorrow. Marías is being remembered as one of Spain's greatest novelists. Lawyer Ken Starr died September 13, 2022, in Houston. He died of complications from surgery at the age of 76. His investigation of the Whitewater controversy led to President Bill Clinton's 1998 impeachment. Starr is also being remembered as one of the members of President Donald Trump's legal team during his 2020 impeachment trial. Winemaker Fred Franzia died September 13, 2022, at his home in Denair, California, at the age of 79. He was the co-founder of the Bronco Wine Company, best known for their Charles Shaw wine, affectionately nicknamed Two Buck Chuck. Franzia is being remembered for his mission of making wine affordable and accessible to the average consumer. Singer Jesse Powell died September 13, 2022, at his home in Los Angeles. He died of cardiac arrest at the age of 51. He was best known for his R&B ballad You, which was a top 10 hit in 1999. Powell is also being remembered for songs including I Wasn't With It and Bout It, Bout It. Inventor Rommy Revson died September 7, 2022, in Minnesota. She died of a ruptured ascending aorta at the age of 78. She invented the scrunchie, patenting her creation in 1987 after teaching herself to sew in order to make a better hair tie. Revson is being remembered for creating one of the most popular hair accessories of all time. Actor Mark Miller died September 9, 2022, in Santa Monica, California, at the age of 97. He starred in the 1960s TV sitcom Please Don't Eat the Daisies and had a recurring role on Days of Our Lives. Miller is also being remembered for movies, including Savannah Smiles, which he wrote and produced in addition to playing the lead role. You may not know that any family can place an obituary on Legacy in honor of a loved one's memory. Just visit legacy.com and select your local community. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags across the United States have been lowered in honor of Patriot Day and in remembrance of those who lost their lives in the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. Flags in Louisiana have been lowered to honor the memory of Maurice Edwin Moon Landrieu, former mayor of the city of New Orleans. Flags in Tennessee have been lowered to honor the memory of State Court of Criminal Appeals Judge John Everett Williams. Flags in Georgia have been lowered to honor the memory of Cobb County Sheriff's Deputy Jonathan Randall Koleski, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Arizona have been lowered to honor the memory of former state representative and state mine inspector Joe Hart. This week also marks several notable anniversaries. 20 years ago this week, football player Johnny Unitas died at the age of 69. He was considered one of the greatest players of all time as quarterback for the Baltimore Colts from the 1950s through 70s. 20 years ago this week, actress Kim Hunter died at the age of 79. She won an Academy Award for her performance in A Streetcar Named Desire. 35 years ago this week, musician Peter Tosh died at the age of 42. He was one of the superstars of reggae as a member of the Wailers. 40 years ago this week, actress Grace Kelly died at the age of 52. She won an Oscar for her performance in The Country Girl and went on to become the Princess of Monaco. Musician Neil Peart was born 70 years ago this week. He died in 2020 at the age of 67. As the drummer for Rush, he was considered one of rock music's greatest percussionists. Actor Peter Falk was born 95 years ago this week. He died in 2011 at the age of 83. He won 4 Emmy Awards as the star of Columbo. Actress Fay Wray was born 115 years ago this week. She died in 2004 at the age of 96. She was one of Hollywood's first scream queens, best known for starring in King Kong. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on legacy.com. You can also follow legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths and reactions.